Hey guys, this is David, and today I have a new Marvel Legends review. Now that Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is out of the way, I thought I could move on to starting to talk about these new Thor, Love and Thunder movie figures, starting with this figure of Valkyrie, played by Tessa Thompson in the MCU. Here we go. Let's show the back of the packaging here for Tessa Thompson Valkyrie, and here's the front. This is the third figure released of the MCU version of Valkyrie. The first was in that 2-pack from Thor Ragnarok with a Gladiator Thor. That was a Target exclusive. And then there was another version of Valkyrie in her white Valkyrie armor from Avengers Endgame. That was in that Bro Thor series that showed up in some areas and not in others. I didn't happen to buy that one, so this is my first single-packed figure that I'll be opening up of Valkyrie. So let me bust out my X-Acto here. And let's see, the back of the package says King Valkyrie. I think it's cool that we're saying King Valkyrie, like we're here in Pride Month, and Valkyrie is one of the most significant, probably the most significant, like LGBTQIA plus characters in the MCU. So, I think that's cool to have that on the box, and I thought it was sort of appropriate to be reviewing her here, like as we are getting closer to Pride Month. The back of the box says, King Valkyrie, when a dangerous new visitor threatens the livelihood of New Asgard, King Valkyrie is forced to take up her sword once more to defend her people. So here we have Valkyrie in her black and white costume, which seems sort of like an amalgamation of her first two costumes from Thor Ragnarok and Avengers Endgame. I saw the Korg head there in the package because this is the Korg Build-A-Figure series. Ordinarily, we tend to get the women coming with the biggest part of the Build-A-Figure, which is the torso. But it looks like in this series, the torso is actually going to come with Team Groot, who is actually the thinnest figure. And we're just getting the head here with King Valkyrie, which is fine by me because that Groot figure needs a good incentive to be sold, since it's, more or less just an updated version of the Groot that we got for Infinity War like 4 years ago now. Wow, time flies. So here we have Valkyrie in her bubble packaging, and I'm going to start with getting her out of the package here. Okay, here's a club that goes to the Korg Build-A-Figure, so we're not just getting his head here. And speaking, oh, I lost it. It's gone. It's gone forever. Nope, it's not gone forever. Here it is. All right, speaking of Korg, here is his head. It is, it's craggy, it's gray, it's got a lot of sculpting texture on it and very little paint apps. It is Korg. So there's that. And here we go with pulling Valkyrie herself out of the box. She's got a cape, and she's got this sword, which has some paint apps on it, including a white hilt, and I think the blade's sort of bluish, like, you'll forgive me, like my eyes, like, don't look like they used to, so I can't tell precisely the coloration on that, but definitely there's some paint apps. Alright, so we have got Valkyrie out. This cape is one of the peg-on varieties, so it's not necessarily permanently affixed to her. She has these very nicely sculpted braids on the back of her head, like her hair braids. I think those are cool. She's got some braids falling down the front here, which are a nice rubbery soft plastic. They feel like they probably could be ripped off, but instead they are part of the head mold, and they're kind of connected to the others. As far as articulation goes, I can see that she's got the double jointed elbows, double hinge jointed, and she does have the coveted female bicep swivel. Let me see here. She has swivel hinge wrists. She has a ball jointed upper torso. Ball jointed hips I can see. She has the hinged feet with some degree of ankle rockers. They don't seem like they move a ton, but they move some. She has paint apps running down her boots, like a little bit of silver and gray on the shiny black that they used. In fact, she's also got a cool symbol. I don't know if that's a Valkyrie symbol. I'm not sure what the symbol is. Like, it's right above her breast armor. And she does not have any alternate hands, which, is a popular accessory for Hasbro lately, but we are not getting any alternate hands here, which is probably fine because All she comes with is a sword, and really she should just be wielding this sword. There's no reason that I've seen to date why we would have Valkyrie like in a kind of crazy fist fight. Here she is holding her sword. She seems to hold it quite well. I don't know how I feel about this open hand. Like for her left hand, I guess she can be doing a force push or telling you to like talk to the hand or something like that. But it's sort of weird that like she has that open hand instead of having, you know, just a closed hand or a fist. I guess she can put her hand upon her hip, something like that, you know, those types of feminine poses. Her head actually, it feels a little bit loose, but it seems to have a good range of motion. It can't really go up very much because of the cape being on her. Can I take this cape off? No. The cape actually feels like it is a sort of permanent cape in that it is kept down, connected to the armor on her chest. But it does still have the peg in the back, so it probably can be taken off if you want to try and off, but I don't. As far as the head sculpt goes, like, I can tell that this is the character of Tessa Thompson's Valkyrie, maybe because I bought the action figure and I knew it was going to be, maybe just because she has the sword, the right colors, the armor, but like, I think it's okay. Like, I've seen way, way worse head sculpts from Hasbro than this. Let's see here. You can move her knees up, which are also double hinged. She can get into a cool like karate kick jumping pose. Here is her arm going out to the side. This is obviously quite a bit different from the standard Marvel comic book version of Valkyrie, who's a white woman with blonde hair and flies around a flying horse. I mean, this Valkyrie might also fly around on a flying horse, but it's not the same flying horse. Maybe it's an MCU's version of that flying horse, but I digress. Anyway, here is Valkyrie. She feels pretty stable to me. None of the joints seem too loose. Everything seems to work okay. I'm pleased with her range of motion. There's no butterflies, swivel elbows, or anything like that. I will, let's see here. She's got a little belt here. Maybe you can get her sword into that belt. Is that what happens here? Oh, I don't think that's the right way to put this. I don't think that that should be hanging out like that. But yes, her sword does indeed slide into that belt. I feel like it would be dangerous for her to walk around with that sword slid in the way that I've put it, but here you can also slide it in like this where it looks better and more natural. Anyway, overall, like, I think this is a cool figure of King Valkyrie. I like it. I've only got the head here for Korg. I'm undecided yet on whether or not I'm going to build the full Korg, because I don't know if I need that particular Star-Lord and that Groot figure yet again, and some of the other figures in this wave look a little bit but I did want to talk about King Valkyrie, who I think next to Natalie Portman Thor is probably the most intriguing figure in this wave. God Butcher Gore, unfortunately, looks terrible. Here's the club again for Korg. All right, so that is my review of this Valkyrie figure. This gets a thumbs up from me. I like it. If I had to give it a grade, I don't know what it would be yet. I have to think about that some more, but like, I think this is probably at least a B figure. Like, I think Hasbro did a nice job. I love the sculpting on this hair. Paint looks good. Likeness looks okay. Articulation is very good for a female figure. This cape just seems like it gets in the way a little bit. Everything else here, though, seems pretty fine. Thank you for watching, and that is my review of Marvel Legends, Thor, Love and Thunder, King Valkyrie. Okay.